Good afternoon, everybody. And I'd like to thank all of you for taking the trouble to drive this distance to be here, which soon might not look like a distance. By the time I think we finish with the development of Embassy Spring. A few years back, I just moved into this side of the area, and a lot of my friends keep wondering that I have to commute a lot, but I think it's quite an enjoyable drive. It takes me about 40-45 minutes to get into town and back, but trust me, when you sleep in the night here, the kind of peace and tranquility you get is unbelievable. It's something which I think money can't buy. So this journey of Embassy Spring started 20 years back. I started acquiring land here when I was at the age of 29, 30. I've just turned 50 a few months back. So everybody says, to acquire land in Bangalore, large chunk for 300 acres takes a lot of hassle. And I can tell you that we dealt with something like 263 owners. And so we started
100 villa plots, close to 300 villas and townhouses, supported by 50 acres of gardens and parks. We are also looking at 34 acres of commercial and retail. A 3 lakh square feet designer club being provided on 15 acres of land. A school, a hospital, a temple, church, gurudwara, name it, all the amenities are available within this complex. So Embassy Springs will be a model in the practice of sustainable urbanization by creating homes and workplaces and thriving community spaces, which will result in the creation of future-ready, holistic ecosystems. So we've collaborated, to bring you this dream, we've collaborated with some of the biggest names in the property segment, or in the property design segment, so to speak.
250 acres of commercial business space halfway between here and the city. Stonehill International School. So when we talk about putting a school in this park, we're speaking from a position where we are an organisation which has delivered what we feel is the best international school in Bangalore, and clearly a number of corporate occupiers and their families and their children also believe that too. So that's the sort of expertise that we're bringing here. This, I think, is the icing on the cake. A couple of days ago, I said to Riza, okay, give me a briefing on the latest stage of all the design at Embassy Springs. So we sat down in a meeting room, and members of the team who've been responsible for putting this together ran me and a couple of colleagues through the latest designs and so on. And I can tell you, with my hand on my heart, that the quality of thinking and infrastructure and design, not design in a veneer sense, but deep design in the infrastructure, wide roads, standardized landscaping, fabulous sports amenities, a clubhouse and a hotel accommodation that's about 300,000 square feet and so on. The sort of place that many of us would want to come and spend the weekend, to come out of town and stay here, because the whole community and environment is really world class. And I think we look at this, and I personally look at this and say, this is what 21st century India living should be. It is an international standard that we here in Bangalore and in India and at Embassy can hold our heads high and really put this out and say, after 20 years of vision, planning and execution, shortly we're about to launch what is the largest and the best integrated residential development in Bangalore. So welcome to Embassy Springs. We'll welcome any questions or discussion points from you. Thank you.
Thank you, Rita. Afternoon, everybody. Our part in this process was actually relatively compact. I won't say small, because nothing is small about Embassy Springs. The central area that we were primarily involved with was about 20 acres. And one of the first things Jitu told me when he talked to me about Springs was it was about creating a place. He didn't talk about the buildings. He didn't talk about about the hard things. It was all about creating a great environment for families to live. And as Reza has reinforced that, that's exactly what is happening. The 20 acres in the centre was, for us, it was, the brief was a club. It was the town centre and also a school and other recreation spaces. Now, creating the lake was a no-brainer, really. Bangalore has such a long heritage of lake creation, and I think it's important that we provide an asset that has a nice historical reference. The clubhouse, as it's termed, was to us the town centre. A development of this size, thousands of people, 15,000 people possibly, it deserves a centre, deserves a cultural and social centre where families and communities can create and invent and use the spaces as they choose. You'll notice when you look at the design of the club, a lot of the spaces are outdoors. We didn't want a front door policy on this. We wanted it to speak to the surrounding community. We wanted people to feel free who are members to walk in and use the facilities. The open spaces, the football field is designed not just for football. For us, it's an opportunity for the community to occupy that space during festive season, during festive and fun activities that can be set up and used. You'll see on the screen at the moment the sloping grass bank at the end there. That's our version of an amphitheatre, if you like. Great place to sit when events are going, sports events or festive and communal activities. Also, next to the club, we'll have the school. The school, in an unusual step, is going to be integrated with the club. It seems crazy to us within a community of this size to build such a fabulous school facility and a club facility when they don't talk to each other. They both need sports facilities, they both need outdoor spaces, they need places for events and for functions. And so we're planning it so that the school can share with the club, they can share those facilities. What that does though, the members and the people and the kids and the parents who come to use the school get to know the club, and they get to know the community, and they get to know the place. And that was really integral and incredibly important to us when we were conceiving this area known as the clubhouse, but to us it's the town centre.